Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're starting the 11th season of The Big Bang Theory. That is madness. We're on the second to last season. Yes, we've got quite a lot of episodes to get through, but the end is so close and it's going to be a sad day. But obviously what's going to be a good day is hopefully Sheldon and Amy's in today's episode, because of the cliffhanger or whatever you want to call it last episode, us waiting to see if she is going to accept his marriage proposal. That's what we want to get into. That's what we want to dive straight into the episode to see. But knowing The Big Bang Theory, they're going to start on a different scene and gonna keep us waiting. That's what they do all the time. They end with a tease on one season. You hope to jump into the next one, and it's not even that clip following on. You get it later on in the episode. But obviously last episode it was interesting because, you know, he had somebody return back to work. You know, she was there a couple of seasons ago, basically wanted to help him do a project, make some research, find it out, and be named on the paper. He rejected it, but this time she's returned. And she's just kind of courting him, to be honest. Sheldon's just being a good friend. He's not looking at it in any other way in terms of just being friendly. He's gone swimming. He's been invited around for food. Everybody else can see it for what it is. Penny's told him, sat down, expressed the situation. How would Amy feel? Do you know what she's actually doing? You know that she's trying to engage with you. He's like, no, surely she's not. Well, we know Sheldon hits stuff head on. Next day at work, she's come in, brought lunches. He sat down. He said, look, mate, are you trying to, have a relationship with me? Boom, she's just gone in and kissed him straight away. Sheldon didn't react in the way, well, she definitely didn't want him to, because he stood up, said, excuse me a second, walked out the door, got on a taxi, went to the airport, got on the plane, went to where Amy is, and then as she, Amy, open the door, he's on a knee with a ring. Will you marry me? You love to see it. You really, really do. Great proposal. I enjoyed it, and now I'm so excited. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into the first episode of the 11th season of The Big Bang Theory. I'm excited.
One moment, please.
Really? You're gonna answer that right now?
With Leonard, I don't want to be rude.
Hey, where you been? We've been calling you for hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone was on airplane mode.
Why?
Because I was on an airplane. I came to Princeton to see Amy. I was having lunch with Dr. Nowitzki, and she kissed me.
Excuse
What?
me? I'm sorry.
And in that moment, I realized that Amy was the only woman I ever wanted to kiss for the rest of my life. So I came to New Jersey to ask her to marry me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Do I have your blessing?
Well, Sheldon,
No way.
I think you should make her finger like Saturn and put a ring on it.
But you did ask my father.
I did. He said yes.
I can't believe you guys are engaged.
We're not engaged yet. She's taking forever to answer.
Because you're on the phone.
We'll call you back. She said yes. Mother, I have some good news to
We're
share.
engaged.
So happy for you too, but I'm not surprised. I've been praying for this.
Oh, and I want to let you know right now that we are not getting married in a church.
That's all right, Sheldon. Anywhere Jesus is a church.
Well, he won't be at our wedding.
He's in my heart. So if I'm there, he'll be there. Even though you can do anything, that was mighty impressive.
Oh, happy for you too. Hold on, I have to tell Bernadette. Hey, Bernie, guess what? Sheldon and Amy got engaged. Can you believe it?
Oh my god.
She's so happy. I think she's crying.
Well, Leonard could barely finish the words Doctor Who wedding cake before I shut that down hard.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something, but you can't freak out because I'm already freaking out. I'm pregnant again.
What?
Fred's gonna lose his mind.
Wait, you haven't told him yet?
No.
You told me first? Oh, Bernie. Look, this is a good thing. Hallie's gonna have a little brother or sister to play with.
Maybe this baby actually is a blessing.
Oh my god, honey, of course it is.
Do you know what? It's mad, innit? Like, I actually do think it's mad that people have babies back to back. Like, I mean, in one aspect of it, like, I think it's great because growing up with a sibling, I think would be amazing, especially somebody around the same age. There's a big age gap between me and my sister, and to be honest, it was perfectly fine with me as well. It was good because obviously I had like 8 years of all my parents' love and affection, and then obviously when she come, then most of it was on her, but I wasn't too bothered because like mine was on her as well. You know what I mean? Like I had my time and it was like her time, and then obviously growing up, you like that big brother. You know what I mean? Like, Sean, you can do this, you can do that. We'll play it. You go on holiday, you got someone with you. Do you know what I mean? But like at the same time, I also think that if you had somebody your same age, you could do everything together, go everywhere together, in the same class together. Do you know what I mean? School, university. You know what I mean? Like growing up, you just side by side, tight. No matter what, someone's always there. And I think that's great as well. So I think that's mad. And I think that's, you know, a blessing. However, what's mad is, if you think over a 2-year period, so 24 months, yeah, she would have had a baby inside of her for 18 of it. That is pretty crazy, isn't it? Honestly, it is pretty mad when you think about it.
Well, I'm sad you're leaving. Why'd you only book a flight for 1 day?
I came here to propose. If you'd said no, I wouldn't want to stick around looking at your stupid face.
But I said yes, so I get a lifetime of this.
Yes, you do, smart face.
Well, there's a comic book store less than a mile from here.
Perfect, let's go shopping.
Innit? It'd be awkward with her there.
You know what? I'm gonna go there and tell her that they're engaged now and that her little plan didn't work. Why are you sitting by yourself? Oh, that's right. Sheldon's in New Jersey being engaged to Amy. Now that Sheldon's out of the picture, I could give you one more chance to go out with me. I will not ask again.
I sincerely hope not. There's something I need to show you.
If it's how to make dinner, that'd be great. Is this a pregnancy test? That means positive?
Yes.
No. This even happened? We were careful.
Well, it did.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Okay. What are we gonna do?
We're both responsible adults. We can do this.
You really think so?
But the thing is, right, I don't understand when they go, oh, we were careful. Mate, if you're shagging without any protection, you ain't careful. Doesn't matter when your cycle says you do, yeah. If you're not doing that protection, you ain't careful. You know what I mean? What you are doing is just having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. And it's panic stations, and it's a hell of a lot of money to look after a kid, especially all the stuff that you got to buy. And having 2 of them and the sleepless nights and the full-on stress. I mean, you're full-on going to have to go back to work now. You know, she was debating whether she needed to go back last time. Definitely this time. There's no way that you can run a household with one parent supplying for 2 kids and a wife. You know what I mean? So it is going to be interesting. And to be honest, it's been all of one season, so season 10, of not even seeing Harley. Maybe we get to see her this season. I don't know. But it's an interesting storyline to drop a second baby in. Well, 1, when we haven't even seen the other one. But 2, you know, so close to the end now.
Can I help you with? I need to buy an engagement gift.
Well, you came to the wrong place. Thought Sheldon and Amy would be the next 2 to tie the knot.
Tell me about it. I'm the one who caught the bouquet at Leonard and Penny's wedding.
Superman and Wonder Woman. It's kind of romantic.
Sheldon, these are the heads of my research team.
Hello.
Dr. Zane, Dr. Harris, this is my fiance, Dr. Sheldon Cooper. That's the first time I've said that, and it kind of gave me the goosebumps.
No. We're just excited to meet the man who landed this brilliant woman here.
Oh, that wasn't hard. She threw herself at me.
Amy, I recently read your paper on lesions in the olfactory receptors in the brain. It was inspired.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and listen to a bunch of work talk.
Oh, no, I love it. No, but let's talk about work. Amy's work, my work. Yeah, why don't we start with my work?
When Amy first told you about her approach to synaptic tracing, did you think it was going to revolutionize the field?
You know what? I'm going to give you a better question. Here, Dr. Cooper, I heard you were working on a top secret project for the U.S. military. Why don't you tell us about that? See, that's a great question.
See, that's the Sheldon that gets annoying there, where the self-centered one, it's all about him. You know, I was impressed with him the other day when he put her first, saying that she should come here because it's something that would help her in her career. But obviously, when he turns up to this situation, you know what I mean, he's with her colleagues, it should be all about Amy, not about Sheldon.
I just kept talking about you and how great you are, no matter how many times I brought me up.
You know what, Sheldon? You're not always the smartest person in every room. You may not even be the smartest person in this room.
I'm sorry. What, is Neil deGrasse Tyson hiding behind the couch? Because if he is, he's not that smart. It's pretty dusty back there. Hey, where are you going?
I'm storming off to my room.
Wait, then where am I supposed to storm off to?
Well, you're so smart. Why don't you figure it out?
So, how are you guys doing with all the new events in your womb?
Some crying and some yelling.
Some suggestion of makeup sex that did not go over well, even though it's not like we can get more pregnant.
And asked for it, and we may not have chosen it.
We already have one.
You know, whenever I find a top I like, I always go back and get a second one in a different color. I hope is not the case with your baby.
You could have a baby too.
Oh, imagine.
I'm sorry, what?
That's a great idea. We could go through it together. Wouldn't that be fun? Come on, it'd be so cute. Our kids playing together. What do you say? Why don't you two hit the old mattress and whip up a family?
Yeah, if we're gonna have a baby, it's gonna be when we are ready or when I'm certain Penny is gonna leave me.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, do you know in the like, how's it work in the US? Because in the UK, yeah, say like obviously if I had a kid with my girlfriend and then we broken up, yeah, I, as the man, would have to pay child support to the female. Like, so in that sense, it wouldn't make any sense for him, would it? Because like if he was gonna break up and have a kid, then he's also gonna have a kid that he's not gonna be in a relationship with the mum. But he's also going to be financially down every month because he's got to pay alimony. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's the same, but you know, you'd think that a kid would bring them together though. Maybe that's what he was saying. Like if we had a child, it would actually maybe bring us closer. It would actually be pretty cool. Like I was saying, to have a sibling that was there growing up. But what about best mate as well? 2 parents best mates, 2 kids best mates. That'd be pretty good as well.
All I feel is this gnawing, empty sensation in my gut.
I had that once. Turned out it was a tapeworm.
We are both alone, which is actually kind of comforting because at least we can be alone together.
I was actually going to close up a little early tonight because I have a date.
He's got a date.
Really?
It's how our marriage is going to be. Sometimes people will be more interested in talking to her than to me.
Are you sitting in a bathroom? But if I hear a flush, this conversation is over.
Those people were in the presence of a world-class mind, and all they wanted to talk about was their own nonsense.
Can you see the irony in that statement?
All right, so what are we celebrating?
Well, Bernadette and Howard are pregnant again. Amy and Sheldon are getting married. I didn't want you to feel left out. Oh, crap, it is our anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
I've been thinking about the Avengers.
I believe that. I don't think that's something you needed to say to me.
I realized that Iron Man is great. Also, that Captain America is great. And sometimes Iron Man is in a Captain America movie. And he's not mad it's not an Iron Man movie. You know, he can fly in, give the audience a thrill, and then fly away. I'm proud of you. And I'm going to try to do a better job of sharing the spotlight.
Sheldon, I know this isn't easy, but you'll have a whole lifetime to practice. You just want to go back because that's where everybody makes a fuss over you.
You know, your colleagues are right. You are brilliant.
Is that the woman who kissed Sheldon?
Could be it.
Hard to say. Tell us about Princeton.
I think she's just going to flash the ring.
Be the biggest smackdown since my aunt Nupur showed up at the family reunion wearing the same sari as my cousin Shruti.
Dr. Fowler, hello.
Thank you so much.
I kind of had a feeling she was going to do that because she kind of kicked him in. Do you know what I mean? She was like the amber to the green and the light. You know what I mean? He was always sat on red for ages. And then Amber's come along and made him realise that green's about to go, go, go. And that's what it was, mate. You know? He was the red. She was the amber. He was like, mate, what's going on? The start line, let's go. And he's gone to Amy. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, you know, now they're engaged 3 months later, still together. He is right, you know, he does make everything kind of about himself, and he needs to get better at that. I thought his analogy of the Avengers was pretty good, to be honest. You know, they've all got their own single movies where they're all the stars, but they all do make cameos in different ones. You know, the Spider-Man films, Iron Man's been in there himself, talking to Tom Holland, basically trying to recruit him to the Avengers and setting him for little tasks. I think he gave him a suit as well. He wasn't the main star, but he didn't make it all about him. It was just like, yo, this is a nice thing to see, him making a cameo in. And then obviously he dips out and then it's back to the star of the show, Amy. You know what I mean? And that's what Sheldon should have done. Should have arrived here, maybe, you know, sat down at the meal, complimented her work, talked about it, engaged with the colleagues a little bit, said a couple of things about himself and his research, and obviously bigged himself up a little bit, and then went back to the table and let everybody else carry on, and not made it all about Sheldon the way he usually does. But you know, the thing about doing something that's wrong or doing something I know that's a bit annoying or something, is like realizing maybe the error and kind of rectifying it. And although that he come back to Pasadena because he was going to be around people that actually, you know, see him as the best one, you know, he still sat down and reflected and come out and apologized. And that's all you want in situations, you know. It takes a big person to acknowledge when they're wrong, and sometimes many people don't do that. And whether it's sincere or not, the fact is, if they come and do it from their own accord without you forcing them to do it, then you got to respect it, and I'd accept it. You know, if anybody ever done me wrong and then they come without me being angry with them or shouting at them or saying you need to apologise, but they done it themselves off their own back and their own accord and their own time, and they come and apologise, I would always accept it, because that means they've sat down and self-reflected on the situation without being forced to, and decided that they was in, you know, in the wrong on that one. So I respect him for doing that, and obviously I'm really excited that they're together, the proposal. And you know, I can't wait for obviously them to get married at some point. I'm hoping this season. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. First episode into the 11th season, and what a crazy wild ride we've been on in today's episode, honestly. Really have. So obviously we had the start of the episode with Sheldon continue his proposal from the cliffhanger in season 10. We didn't get the answer yet, but we got a phone call from Leonard, which he answered in the middle of waiting for Amy's answer. Full-on conversation, kept telling the story, kept mentioning how obviously he figured out he wanted to be with her from the kiss from Ramona, and then you know, Amy was like, look, can you stop saying that part of the story now? You can leave that part out, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of stressing out a little bit, but she said yes, and obviously now we've got something to look forward to, and we're not really seeing a bachelorette or you know, a bachelor party hardcore anyway. We may have seen a little bit. Howard's one was kind of tame, wasn't it? They was sat around and they was just saying speeches and stuff. But I'd love to see obviously a big girls' night and a bit of crazy one for Amy. You know, she's always wanted to be the centre of attention, and something like this, she's going to feel like a princess. We've seen how crazy she was with the tiara that she had. You know, she's loving it being the bridesmaid, and now she gets to be the bride, all eyes on her as well. So it's going to be fantastic. Honestly, it's going to be really good. And, you know, to even, would you say trump that? I don't even know. It probably can't, but like it probably trumped it in the episode, because last episode was the shocking moment of the proposal. Like, wow, you know what I mean? And this episode, we had another shocking moment of a second pregnancy. Like, who's seen that coming? Not me. You know, one of my biggest complaints was that they've had the baby and we'd not really seen it. Physically not even seen it held. It's always just behind the scenes, behind the, you know, the cot, behind the crate, you know, behind the whatever, you know, the carrier, the trolley, behind the glass at the nursery. We never physically see them holding, feeding, playing with her. And I'm hoping that in this season we do see that, because obviously I was excited for the pregnancy. I don't know if it was because Bernadette got pregnant in real life, so they had to put it into the storyline, and then obviously maybe she got pregnant again, they had to put it again into the storyline. But I'd like to see them be more parents, if I'm being totally honest. Like, I feel like that would be an interesting side of their personalities to be. And the fact that obviously they're scared to have a second kid, I totally get it. Financial wise, it's crazy. And obviously bringing it up to at the same time, being at such a young age, is going to be mad as well. And they look like they was going through the real emotions, how general people would do. So it was believable. Really liked it, and obviously I was shocked as well. Shocked at the end of last episode, obviously, with the proposal. I mean, I wasn't shocked with the acceptance. I knew that was going to happen. It was just inevitable. But then popping up with the second pregnancy, didn't see that coming, and obviously it was a good surprise to start the first episode of season 11. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.